Heidi.
And I'm John.
And this is Boo Boos. And we're the Free Spirits. So, what are we going to talk about today?
Today we're going to talk about our first trip we had.
Trip from hell.
It was probably, I was going to say it's a horrible experience because we think back at it and it was quite funny. But it was a difficult time at that moment.
I've actually cried. I cried. That's how bad it was. So, so do you want to make a start?
Yeah, I mean, when we first bought our motorhome, we purchased it and we had to literally wait almost 6 to 7 weeks to pick it up because there was I think it was the propane pressure regulator that was out on the generator, and they were going to fix it and they couldn't get the part, and when they got the part it was difficult to get to, so it took them a while to fix it. And we finally got our bus. And when we got our bus, we got it on a Friday.
Yeah, I think it was a Friday.
Yeah, it was on a Friday. We picked it up. And we had agreed that we would pick it up Friday, park it on the driveway, and we would go on a trip Monday.
Give us a whole weekend to, prepare.
So come Saturday morning, we were here and we're looking at each other outside and we're just like, we have this big old motorhome and it's just sitting on our driveway. And we've been waiting for weeks and weeks to get it. And now it's here and we're still not going on a trip.
Yeah, we're like, let's just
go right now.
Let's just go. We didn't have anything in the bus either at that time, so we had to load everything. Like the plates and cups that we'd bought had to go on there.
From pillows to covers.
Pillows, covers, toothbrush, toothpaste, everything you can think of for like a weekend away, we literally had to pack. We just rushed around, getting everything ready, super excited to finally be taking
our first
maiden voyage in our motorhome. Like, we were so excited.
I was prepping everything from the fridge to take with us, and I put everything on the kitchen counter just so I could go make sure if I needed to help load anything up. I was like, okay, I'll be right back to load this up. And so we loaded everything up that I thought we needed. And we locked the door and we left.
We loaded the dogs up into the RV, and they had only been inside the RV when it was on the driveway. They hadn't been in it while it was moving or when it was running or anything. So they were super excited, and we didn't have anything to block them off from the driving area. And I had broke my pinky toe a few weeks before that, and I had flip-flops on, and we have a dog that weighs 150 pounds and 2 dogs that weigh 60 pounds, and they thought it would be a great idea to keep stepping on my broken toe. He hadn't driven the bus really aside from the test drive, so they're all getting up in
my area. They were all, and we're like, I can't drive like this because it's dangerous. So
we had to block the area up with a vacuum cleaner and a cool box.
Yeah, vacuum cleaner and a cool box
to keep them out. And it was 100 degrees and we couldn't work the air conditioning. So we didn't know how to work the climate control. I literally had just a box of papers with all the manuals, thankfully. So I'm in the front as we're driving, sweating, trying to keep the dogs back there, trying to figure out how this climate control thing worked. And we weren't ready to give up because we were literally just left our neighbourhood. We were just getting on the road, and we didn't think it was going to get any worse than this.
And our camping trip was only 89 miles. So
yeah,
we
it wasn't far.
It's not going to be so bad because it's just 89 miles.
Yeah, but it did get worse. Yeah. It got a little bit worse. We realised that we'd forgotten our food.
All of our food. I left it on the counter, all the food.
But by this point, we was already a little further away, and we were like, well, we'll just stop in a Walmart. There's a Walmart on the way. So we got to said Walmart, and it was so hot. Even though the ACs were kind of working, we couldn't figure out how to... I don't know why. I can't even think back now as to why we struggled so much with that climate control.
We were trying to run both ACs at the same time.
Didn't the generator keep cutting out or something?
The generator kept cutting out.
Yeah, we just didn't know what the freak we were doing. So we literally didn't really have much air conditioning. And our dash AC was already breaking and we didn't know, so it wasn't even producing much cold air. Yeah. It already had a leak, which is something else we'll talk about in a different video. And
so when we finally get out of Walmart, and everybody's lost about 10 pounds of sweat.
Yeah, the poor dogs are panting and oh goodness.
So we hit the road again, and we actually get to our campsite.
Yeah, it wasn't too far from that Walmart, was it?
No. So we got to it, and
we actually got quite a nice little spot. And everything seemed like it was looking up by this point, didn't it? And when we got there, we connected, and then we managed to get our ACs working, and it was all cooling down nice inside the bus. And we thought, because the sun was setting on this side, we were like, well, let's put our awning out. So we had... they didn't know, they didn't show us how to work these
awning.
domestic awnings. So we're on our phones on YouTube looking up a video on how to put the awning out, and we broke a clip. Oh, that was frustrating.
It was a safety lock clip.
Yeah, so we broke that. So it was like, oh my goodness. So we're like, we're just hot and frazzled. Let's just stop. Let's just go down to the river, and let's just cool off. Let's just take a minute. So we went and we just got in the water. We just cooled off, just collected ourselves for a minute because we were quite overheated by this point.
It was really nice just to sit in that water.
Yeah, but it didn't end there. When we came back to the bus, we found that our beautiful 150-pound star of a dog decided to just have the attack of diarrheas and poop all over the bus, all over the carpet, all over everything.
Yeah.
And we didn't have our carpet machine with us. We forgot anything to clean. All I literally had was toilet paper and bleach.
Luckily, the store there had a few things we could buy to clean up with.
Yeah, but they say when you hit rock bottom, things improve. So it did after that point.
Yeah, it did. After that, we actually started to enjoy the day there after a nightmare.
Yeah, after the nightmare, like the clouds parted and the rest of the trip was actually really nice. But we almost gave up. Yeah. I think after the dog did his business, I broke down and cried and was like, so I can't do this anymore. Like, this is so hard. But it was all user error. It was all just...
It was user error because...
It was us being impatient. So yeah, that was our trip from hell. And it really was all our fault. We were unprepared. We didn't think about how the dogs would react in the bus while we were driving. Yeah. We take them out in the car all the time. It's like they've never been in a vehicle before and they're so good in the car. We just assumed they were just going to curl up on the couch or the floor and go to sleep. But no, they were super hyperactive. And I made the mistake of wearing the flip-flops. And, oh, that was horrible. I was in so much pain from my toe.
But I think it happened because now when we travel, we actually have our checklist. And we didn't even have an idea of a checklist. We were just like, let's go.
We just jumped in feet first, I think. We were thrown at the deep end.
But that's one of those memories that you have that you think, man, that was at the time you think, man, is this ever gonna end? And then you go back to think about it later on, you're just like, man, that was so funny. It's funny now, but at the time you're just like, oh, when is this gonna end?
Oh my goodness. So that was just a really interesting, crazy trip. But
yeah. But if you have a story similar to ours and you want to share it with us,
I'd love to read them.
Yeah, we want to know about your stories too. I mean, ones that you look back and think, man, it's funny now, but before it's like you just want it to end. Alright,
well, we hope you enjoyed this video. We certainly enjoyed talking about it and reliving that. That was a lot of fun. And I hope you have safe travels and we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Do you think that was alright?
I think so.